Welcome back to A Grim Life. We are back down here at the Susquehanna in the area of Mayo Park. And it is, at the time of this recording, Saturday, October 11th, 2025. And right now I got my mug going on right here. Uh-oh. What's going on there? Everybody knows I'm a big Phillies fan. Why the heck am I wearing a Cubs hat? Well, unfortunately, as you may know, my beloved Phillies are done for the season. Unceremoniously knocked out by the LA Dodgers. Boo. The other night. So, my second favorite team in the National League is the Chicago Cubs. And hence why I'm wearing a Cubs hat. They are still in it. Tonight is Game 5 of the NLDS against the Brewers with them. So from here out, I'm rooting for the Cubs to win the World Series. We'll see how that goes. Brewers are a pretty formidable team. But anyway, that's not why I'm here today. I am here today because we did get a little rain. We did get some. Not really a whole lot enough to raise the levels of the Susquehanna. We maybe got an inch over the last week. And there was hopes that a nor'easter coming here this weekend would help things out. But it does not appear that is going to occur. There's still going to be a nor'easter, but nothing on the order of what was hyped up on the various social medias out there, Facebook, YouTube, etc. If you ever want to watch some good weather, check out EPAWA, Eastern PA Weather Authority, Ryan Hall, y'all, on YouTube, and Evan Freiberger on YouTube. They have some pretty no-nonsense, stick to the facts, show all the possibilities type forecasting. So, those are the ones I recommend. That's who I watch, get my info from. But a whole variety of circumstances came together to put the kibosh on the effects of that nor'easter. So, we won't really get much help down here at the Susquehanna River, unfortunately. So, we'll have to hope something else comes along. So, let me switch you around right now, and we'll take a better look at the river here. So, I'll zoom back out as much as I can here. I don't know that I'm going to throw the drone up today or not. But I am out here at the edge, kind of where I was the last video a couple of weeks ago. And I think it's pretty much about the same as what it was. The river level at Sunbury was about 6 foot. Harrisburg was a little over 3. And I will put that on the screen here to show you the exact levels. I think right about there it's a little lower. I might actually be able to get over there. I don't know if there's a good enough spot to hop rocks to get all the way over to that spot over there. It's got to come down just a little bit more, I think. So, over there I see some, what looks like smoke, but I'm betting it's a farmer cutting his field over there. A little bit of smoke over that way too. If you can see it on camera, it might be kind of hard. It's not real heavy or thick that I can see it with great clarity. But anyway, this is where we're at. Not a whole lot different from where we were. Still extraordinarily low. I don't know if maybe more of the bushes over there grew up since the last video. I hear a boat or something out there. We're going to try and keep this update a lot shorter than the last one. I just wanted to give a quick little update as promised in a previous video. So, well, that's cool. We got a little bit of a chunk of wall right here, washed up on shore, or was buried underneath. Some brickage, all kinds of stuff you find down here along the river. As low as it is, I may actually come down here and kind of videotape a little excursion to see what I can find laying here. On great rare occasions, I do some metal detecting here and there, mudlarking. If you're not familiar with what mudlarking is, it's just basically coming down here along the river or lake or stream and just kind of looking to see what's washed up here, kind of laying on the surface. It might be uncovered here now that water's really low. So I do want to walk over. I'm going to show the canal, see how low that is. And I think we'll go over to the Wiconisco Creek over that way. And we'll just take a look, see how low that is. That does look pretty low from my vantage point. And back up in there. This doesn't get super close. So, all right. Well, that's gonna pretty much do it right down here along the river. Like I said, we'll do a quick little spot check on a couple other locations and call it an update. So stay tuned. Be back. I am now at the canal section of Mayo Park. And yeah, this is really low. I don't know if I've ever seen it this low before. Never put this section on video before. This is the remnants of the old Wiconisco Canal, which operated back in the early to mid 1800s and transported coal from the Lycans Valley Railroad that came down from points east of here. Now we're getting into some bush. Trees and stuff makes it a little hard to see the canal in behind there. Stand by. Now we can see the canal a little better. There's a fallen tree across. Usually that water is up that you really can't see underneath that tree. So that's how much lower that is. But as I was saying, this transported coal from Lycans Valley Railroad that came from points east, loaded it up onto barges here, and it would transport down, way down that canal there. I'm not going the whole way today. That's another video. Out to the Susquehanna River and then across the river to the Perry County side, where it would then go by rail other places. I might just walk up here a little bit and show one other little piece before we move further down the canalways. And what you're seeing right here is an old lime kiln. And I will do another video on this at a later date, kind of chronicling the whole Wiconisco Canal. But the Historical Society is in the process of kind of uncovering and, I don't want to say restoring, but making it a little bit more visible for folks to see. And as I'll get into later on a dedicated video that kind of spelled the demise of the canal as it aided the railroad's development. And but like I said, we'll get into that in a whole nother video. Once the leaves and everything fall, and this is a little bit more visible in here, we can do a nice little walk over there and see some things that most people don't know about. So, all right, we're gonna go check out the Wiconisco Creek quick, and that'll be it. All right, we're over here now at the Wiconisco Creek at the mouth of the creek where it empties into the Susquehanna River. And we can see this is pretty low. We'll just swipe around here. And we can see right here, this is the spillway, which is becoming more of a dam than a spillway as it gets lower. You see how low this is. We're not quite as low as what it was back in the winter though, because there is still quite a bit of water flowing out over top of this right here. Let's see some of the rocks. We zoom in a little bit. You can see back in there. It's quite low. Alright, I've seen it lower, but it is really low. So, now we're just gonna, incidentally, this section over here is a remnant of the Wiconisco Canal. You can see right here. Zoom in a little bit. That little frame of a structure over there is kind of a historical representation of where the pump house used to be. And that would have been the tower of the pump house. Again, that's more for a later video. But this is the terminus of the Wiconisco Canal. Back that section I just showed earlier. And there was talk of expanding that further south. However, at that time, it was really kind of the end of the canal days and the dawn of the railroads. And railroads just took over at that point. But alright, I think that's going to do it for this update. I think this went longer actually than I really wanted it to. So I ended up extending to a couple other locations. So, hope you enjoyed this update. We'll be back again. We'll see what happens here in the next couple weeks if we get any more rain or little rain. And see how things look. So, again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And we'll catch you on the next one. So long, everybody. Bye.